welcome to another episode of the Pierce Brothers. I'm Jake. Today it's just going to be a shooting video. We're just going to do some shooting with two of my Confederate carbines. The top one, this is a Confederate Richmond carbine reproduction, using original and high quality reproduction parts. This one's a Parker Hale Enfield carbine that was worked over by David Stavlo to be an exact replica of a Confederate Civil War issued cavalry carbine. So we're just going to be doing some shooting, mostly with some various styles of mini bullets and patch round ball, and hope you guys enjoy the shooting footage. Yeah, so to start, let's talk about this one. So this is a reproduction Richmond carbine. So the Richmond rifles, starting in 1861 when Virginia seceded from the Union, I shouldn't even say captured, because the arsenal at Harper's Ferry was in Virginia, so I say they just took control of the arsenal and all the machinery there. That arsenal was set up for producing 1855 Springfield muskets. In October of 1861, the Confederates started producing a modified 1855 Springfield musket. So they did away with the Maynard capping system here and just simplified the gun. So there is no longer that. Of course, they moved production to Richmond, Virginia, like I mentioned. In 1862, they modified the lock plates. So they used to be what they call the high hump lock plates. So they'd come up and kind of fill up right around the hammer here, and that was kind of a holdover from the 1855 Springfield muskets. So they went to a low hump. That helps aid in capping, so you can get your finger in there and cap the cone easy enough. They made 31,000 rifle muskets, 5,500 or so carbines like this one, and 1,600 or so short rifles. So let's see. So yeah, other features that kind of distinguish the Richmond muskets. Generally, they have brass butt plates and brass nose caps, brass cleaning rods, kind of like that one there. And the Confederacy did that because iron and steel parts were hard to come by. They also used a lot of captured. So if they, on a battlefield, captured, like let's say an 1861 Springfield musket, they would reuse a lot of those parts because, again, they were very much closely resembled the Springfield musket. So they'd reuse parts like, trigger guards, barrel bands, stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah. So also, like they reuse hammers, internal lock parts, stuff like that, just because they were so closely, they're virtually interchangeable parts. So this one is a reproduction, so all the parts on it, so all the hardware, original hardware, the barrel is a Dan Whitaker barrel, match grade barrel, so it's a very accurate rifle, if I can actually, use the sights and hit targets, Let's see, so the lock plate, reproduction lock plate, like I said, everything else is original, all the hardware. The stock is an American walnut stock, reproduction stock, so kind of a mix of original and reproduction parts. The barrel, being a Dan Whitaker barrel, does have the progressive depth rifling. So at the breech, it starts at 10 to 12 thousandths inches deep. At the muzzle, it's down to 5 or 6 thousandths deep. So it actually helps with the accuracy a lot. Okay, yeah, so I've got two different mini bullets here if you just want to get a close-up look. So this one here is a true reproduction of the Burton mini bullet from the Civil War. So the United States adopted this in 1855 with their 1855 Springfield musket. It was a modified mini bullet, or Minier bullet, I guess I should say, which was a French design. So they, instead of having, it's just a solid piece of lead with a hollow base with thinner skirts here, so that actually just slugs up, grips the rifling, and so yeah, about 500 grains is what that one weighs. This one's a modern interpretation, so deeper cavity. Yeah, both are good shooters. This one being the original style, I've sized these to 5.775, which is what the U.S. Was using until 1862 when they modified the size to 5.75. So 2.5 thousandths or so they sized it undersized, and that was to accommodate all the imported rifles from England, the 5.77 Enfields. So you can use one bullet and work in virtually every 58 caliber rifle or close to 58 caliber rifle you're using. This one I sized to 5.75, and again, with that deep, really deep cavity there, it slugs up and shoots just fine too. So yeah, those are two different styles. Often considered the deadliest bullet in the in American history. So Civil War, when I was growing up, they were estimating 620,000 deaths in the Civil War. Nowadays, they're estimating 750 to even up to 1 million deaths. And yeah, this was the predominant cartridge, or I shouldn't say cartridge, predominant bullet used in the American Civil War. Just a little low. Shooting at 150 yards here, so we'll try it again. Just left again, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so wasn't able to make any hits with my Richmond carbine. That one's hitting a little bit to the left, and it's shooting good. It's consistent, at least. So I need to make a few adjustments there, but thought I'd switch over to my Enfield. So this one was a first generation Parker Hale. They made wonderful reproductions of the British Enfield rifles. Now, those were used heavily in the American Civil War, generally in the second and third variation rifles. Parker Hale copied the fourth variation. This one was worked over by David Stavlo from Lodgewood Manufacturing, and he basically exactly duplicated a Confederate carbine from the Civil War. So changed the barrel bands, recontoured the entire stock, placed the lock plate, put on correct sights, just all the little details, you know, including, you know, correct British markings and Confederate markings on it. So it's a beautiful rifle. Case card and the hammer and lock plate. It does not shoot to point of aim. I've got it fairly close, but 150 yards. I'm not sure if we'll make a hit or not, but we'll shoot it a few times and see. There we go. Okay, well, let's try this again. A little high. Okay guys, well, I'm been doing lots of experimenting today with this. Different loads, different patch thicknesses, different bullets. I've tried 2 different mini bullets. I'm shooting some patch round ball right now. These patches I'm using are really thin. They're supposed to be 10,000ths. I normally use some other ones, but I forgot some of those today and I just had these in my bag. So I doubled up the patches barely. The other ones were just single and they just didn't even need to use a short starter for those. So I just doubled it up and that one was a little stiff going down. So we'll see if this affects point of impact, you know. Don't even know where that one went. I didn't see that.
I didn't see it either.
Using 3F powder. The reason I'm not shooting out of the loading out of the horn here is because there's 2F in there. The 3F shoots closer to point of aim with this particular rifle. So let's try another double patch. Do not like these patches here, so these are not very good. The rifle gets a hornet on me. Damn hornets. So this is, yeah, don't like these patches, but just got a couple caps left, I think, so still just hitting high. That's like the thing with this rifle, it just hits high. I've done everything I can. I might probably gonna have to just end up going with a taller front sight. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching.